Now, I'll demonstrate how the SMS is used for online recording of syllables, stutters, and naturalness while the clip of that sample is played. This will give you a picture of the way the system works and of the tasks you will be learning.
I can name how small I was. Well, I was probably about a little 0. And no, probably when I was in my mom's stomach, I was a fingernail.
These data indicate that this boy uttered 40 syllables in this 20-second sample. In addition, 6 of those syllables were stuttered. Therefore, the speaking rate was 117 syllables per minute, with approximately 15% syllables stuttered. Naturalness for the entire sample was judged to be 5 on the 9-point scale. These are the kinds of data that you will be collecting by the time you have completed this program. Now I think you're ready to start learning how to use the SMS. Therefore, let's set up the system for the first step in your training program. The SMS system offers many options to the user in terms of the kinds of analyses that can be made from these fundamental data collection procedures. These are described in detail in the appendix of your workbook. However, here we'll just talk about the settings that are needed for you to begin. Start by bringing up the SMS program on your computer screen. I have mine set up with an icon on the desktop screen. Be sure to note the names of the clever people who devised this system. On the top row, you will see several labels. Click Add Subject, type in the number 1 as the first name, and the word Sample as the last name for Sample 1. Click on Add and then Close. Now you have added a file that will store the data for this sample. Next, click on Select Subject. Look for Sample 1 SMS, the sample label you just added, and highlight it by just clicking on it. Then click OK. Now you have opened the file in which you want to store the data. Next, click on the Run SMS label in the top row and select Half-Screen Web Mode. Notice that a warning appears reminding you that no other programs should be operating while you are using the SMS. After all other applications are closed, click OK, which will advance you to the next screen of the SMS called the SMS Run Configuration screen. The functions of the other labels on the top row are described in the appendix. Let's run through the SMS settings that are relevant for your first task. Run length. The SMS Run Configuration screen allows you to select the parameters you would like to use for a given data collection occasion. A run refers to the duration in seconds or syllables for which you would like to record data. For now, set this parameter at 60 seconds by typing 60 in the box or by clicking on the arrow and selecting 60. Display timer. Click in the box so that a check mark appears indicating that this feature is on. This will allow you to see the clock on the screen as data are collected. Run summary printout. Ignore this item for now. Its function is described in the appendix. Pause control and trigger interval will also be ignored for now, although these are important features for data collection during conversation samples, so check the appendix for their description. Standard mouse button configuration. Click in the box so that a check mark appears. This establishes the left mouse button for counting syllables and the right mouse button for counting stutters. Start stop tones. Click the box so that it produces the check mark. This item determines whether tone signals will be heard at the beginning and end of a run. Use syllable mode and syllable count target. These will both be ignored for now. You may review this important option again in the appendix. Display syllable counts. Click in the box labeled continuously. This will allow your ongoing syllable counts to be displayed on the screen. Display stutter event counts. Click in the box labeled continuously so that your ongoing stutter counts will also be displayed while you are counting. Display stutter interval counts. Ignore this item and consult the appendix for its function. Display naturalness rating. Ignore this item for now. We'll return to it in Part 4. Rate naturalness and rating period and tone prompt. Ignore for now. These features will also be described in Part 4. Periodic display parameters, update period, and display duration. Ignore these features because we've already chosen to display our data continuously. Use intervals and interval length. Ignore this item, but read about its function in the appendix. When all of the parameters have been set to your liking, click OK. This advances you to the data collection screen, which you will see as you collect data. At the top left of the screen is the clock timer showing 0. At the top right is Sample 1 SMS, the sample name, and the run number, which for the time being is number 1. Each time you start another run under the same file name, the run number will advance. You can also see that the display is set so that you will continuously see the number of syllables and stutters that you're counting. Leave your computer with this screen showing while you read the instructions that follow. You'll come back to it shortly. Now you're ready to begin Part 1, counting syllables. For the remainder of the program, all the instructions you will need are contained in the workbook. We hope you enjoyed learning to use the SMS and that you acquire an appreciation for the information it provides regarding important speech characteristics of people who stutter. This is the end of Chapter 2. Turn now to the training workbook and read the section on Part 1. The workbook will tell you when you're ready to begin Sample 1.